Imagine living in a quiet, picturesque small town in the mountains of North Carolina, where your biggest worries are your college tenure and raising your teenage daughters. Then, in a single blinding flash high in the atmosphere, the entire modern world is erased. No power, no cars, no internet, no supply chains, and no help is coming. Welcome to 1 Second After, the groundbreaking, emotionally devastating, and universally acclaimed post-apocalyptic masterpiece by William R. Forstchen. If you love brutally realistic grid-down survival, the terrifying fragility of modern civilization, and stories that will completely shatter your heart while testing the limits of human endurance, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in apocalyptic fiction, blending the tactical nightmare of an EMP strike with the profound, tragic reality of a father fighting to keep his family alive. The narrative kicks off with John Matherson, a former military intelligence officer turned history professor, enjoying a peaceful life in Black Mountain. When the EMP detonates, the immediate aftermath is a chaotic symphony of falling airplanes, dead vehicles, and creeping confusion. But as the days turn into weeks, the terrifying reality sets in. The supply chains are gone, the pharmacies are empty, and the rule of law is dissolving. The atmosphere shifts from the comforting warmth of a mountain community to the freezing, desperate dread of a world sliding back into the Dark Ages. Forstchen excels at capturing the agonizingly slow collapse of society, making every empty grocery store shelf and every failing battery feel like a massive, terrifying countdown to extinction. At the core of the book's legendary status is its uncompromising, unflinching commitment to realism and the spectacular ticking clock trope. This isn't a fun action movie prepper fantasy where the hero easily shoots his way to safety. It's a horrifying look at how quickly humans can starve when the trucks stop running. The ultimate ticking clock is John's youngest daughter, Jennifer, who is diabetic. Without a functioning power grid, there is no refrigerated insulin. Watching John navigate the brutal, morally gray landscape of a dying town, trading family heirlooms for a few precious vials of medicine while fending off marauders and local warlords, is some of the most gripping, anxiety-inducing storytelling in the genre. The audiobook narration brings the quiet, eerie silence of a dead town and the raw, emotional desperation of a father's love to life, making every struggle feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the terrifying logistics of the collapse, the soul of 1 Second After lies in its deeply human characters and the heavy burden of leadership. John isn't a flawless, invincible superhero. He's a grieving widower who is terrified, exhausted, and pushed to his absolute breaking point. The emotional anchor of the story is his fierce, unbreakable love for his daughters and the community of Black Mountain. The audiobook format elevates these intimate, heartbreaking moments, making the quiet conversations by candlelight and the devastating losses of friends feel just as impactful as the violent, desperate firefights. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. Winter is approaching, starvation is rampant, and a ruthless local tyrant with a private army demands the town's surrender. John must transition from a desperate father to a hardened, tactical leader. The finale is a spectacular, bloody, and emotionally devastating finale of guerrilla warfare, overwhelming courage, and raw, unbridled sacrifice. The payoff is a massive, paradigm-shifting conclusion that secures the town's immediate survival, but leaves you staring at the wall, profoundly changed by the cost of their victory. 1 Second After is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic and survival genres. It is smart, terrifying, and unapologetically profound. William R. Forstchen has crafted a cautionary tale that proves the most dangerous threat to humanity isn't a monster or a foreign army. It's the sudden removal of the electricity that binds us together. Plug in your headphones, look at your power grid, and join John Matherson. The lights just went out, and the fight for tomorrow has just begun.